Hidden anchors. Physical objects, heirlooms, or locations that act as holding points for the curse. Generational curses are rarely abstract forces floating in the ether. They often tether themselves to the physical world. These tether points are what I call hidden anchors, objects, heirlooms, or physical locations that serve as storage containers for the curse's agreements and energy. The anchor's role is simple: to keep the curse grounded and active by giving it a fixed place to return to. This physical point of contact acts like a portal or storage vault, holding the unresolved energy so it can remain in circulation within the bloodline. Many families live surrounded by their own curse anchors without realizing it. They treat these items as sentimental treasures, cultural heritage, or harmless decor, never realizing they are spiritually feeding the very patterns they want to escape. Why curses attach to objects and places? Spiritual agreements are not just mental or emotional. They leave energetic imprints. Physical matter, especially objects that are repeatedly handled, worn, or kept for generations, absorbs and holds these imprints. This happens for three main reasons. Material memory. Just as a location can hold trauma, e.g., battlefields, prisons, objects can store emotional and spiritual residue from repeated exposure. Symbolic representation. Certain items symbolize the original agreement, a family crest, a deed, a weapon, a wedding ring, and therefore carry the authority of that pact. Deliberate anchoring. In some cases, the object or place was intentionally used in a ritual to bind the curse to it, ensuring its longevity. Common types of hidden anchors. 1. Heirlooms with unseen histories. Jewelry, weapons, clothing, or furniture passed down through generations may carry the energetic weight of their original owner's agreements. A necklace given in a marriage that was sealed through betrayal. A piece of furniture bought with stolen money or blood payment. A military medal earned through acts that came with a spiritual cost. 2. Legal and financial documents. Wills, deeds, contracts, or business papers that formalize the curse's terms in the physical realm can function as anchors, even if they're just sitting in a drawer. Example. A property deed connected to a land theft generations ago can act as a constant spiritual reminder and claim on the family. 3. Cultural or religious artifacts. Statues, charms, or ritual tools inherited from ancestors may appear decorative, but were originally consecrated in a way that bound the bloodline to specific deities, spirits, or power structures. 4. Family homes and land buildings, burial grounds, or plots of land where significant events occurred, especially those involving injustice, violence, or betrayal, can act as geographic anchors. These locations can hold the spiritual echo of the event, replaying its influence for anyone living there. 5. Photographs and portraits. Images can act as visual contracts when they were taken or commissioned to commemorate agreements, victories, or events tied to the curse. Some carry a spiritual watcher energy, reinforcing loyalty to the family system. 6. Clothing and personal items. Worn items like wedding dresses, uniforms, or ceremonial robes can hold the energy of the original event and its agreements, especially when reused or passed down. How hidden anchors. Keep the curse active. The curse uses anchors as power sources. As long as the anchor remains in the family's possession and is engaged with even passively, it continues to feed the structure. Engagement can be as simple as touching or wearing the object, displaying it prominently in the home, visiting the location regularly, speaking about it with pride, nostalgia, or grief. Every interaction recharges the anchor with emotional energy, keeping the curse's resonance strong in the bloodline. Why families protect their anchors. Hidden anchors are often disguised as heritage. Questioning or removing them can trigger strong resistance because they are tied to identity. This is who we are. They represent status or accomplishment. Their history has been romanticized or rewritten to hide the truth. This resistance isn't just emotional, it's also spiritual. The curse defends its anchor because destroying or removing it weakens its grip. Case example. The cursed wedding ring. In one family, a gold wedding ring had been passed down for over a century. Every bride who wore it experienced sudden and severe marital breakdown within a few years of marriage. The family joked about it being bad luck, but continued the tradition for its sentimental value. Research revealed that the ring originally belonged to an ancestor who had made an oath of loyalty to a destructive partnership in exchange for financial survival. The ring had been part of the ritual that sealed the agreement. Once the current generation identified this and destroyed the ring, the pattern of marital collapse ended. How to identify a hidden anchor. To uncover hidden anchors, ask, is there an object or location in the family that everyone talks about or feels strongly about, positively or negatively? Are there negative patterns tied to specific possessions or properties? Has an item ever been connected to tragedy, betrayal, or injustice in the family's history? Do certain places or objects make you feel heavy, anxious, or drained without explanation? Breaking the anchor's hold. Once identified, hidden anchors must be addressed on both practical and spiritual levels. Sever the spiritual agreement. Break the curse's claim on the item or location through intentional prayer, declaration, or ritual cleansing. Remove or destroy the anchor. In many cases, complete removal is the most effective option. Destruction is sometimes necessary for objects deliberately bound to the curse. Replace the anchor's function. If the object or location served a bonding role in the family, e.g., a gathering place, heirloom of honor, replace it with a new symbol or tradition that carries life-giving energy. Close access points. Prevent the curse from reattaching by removing other items or practices that symbolically link back to the same agreement. Why this step is critical. Breaking a curse while leaving its anchor intact is like locking the door but leaving the key under the mat. The structure might weaken temporarily, but the anchor ensures it can be rebuilt. Hidden anchors are the curse's insurance policy. As long as they remain in place, the spiritual pattern has a home to return to. Removing them is often the moment when a bloodline feels the first tangible shift toward freedom. Hi, I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and what you just watched is part of my signature program, the Chosen One series inside School of Soul. This series is not just a course, it's a blueprint for those who know they were different from the start. The black sheep, the scapegoat, the truth teller, the cycle breaker. Inside, you'll discover the family roles playbook, the golden child, the scapegoat, the enabler, the lost child, and how to finally step out of the part you were cast in without consent. How the black sheep becomes the goat, turning rejection into radical transformation and leadership. How to break generational curses and rewrite ancestral contracts so the pain stops with you. And how to recognize and escape modern forms of spiritual and technological targeting, from gang stalking to synthetic synchronicity. This isn't just about survival. It's about awakening, about reclaiming your voice, your lineage, and your destiny as one of the chosen ones. Click the link below to access the full series now, because the role ends the moment you decide it does, and the real script begins with you.